Hello, in this video lecture, we're going to be talking about coding procedures used to treat injuries. And again, when we think about coding for procedures for injuries, a lot of times these are fractures. With fractures, one of the things that we do is to reduce the fracture, or as the root operation would say, to reposition the body part to its normal location, or another suitable location that is all or a portion of the body part. Thinking about the objective of the procedure, we want to restore the normal function and move the bone or bone fragments back to their proper position. And a lot of times, physicians, particularly orthopedic surgeons, don't use the term reposition. Instead, they use the term reduction of fracture. So basically, what they're doing is repositioning the broken bone to its correct position, or pieces of the bone, if you will. If we have insertion of pins, wires, and some of the other hardware orthopedic surgeons have, this holds the fracture in place that allows it to heal properly. Right? So the root operation would be insertion. When we have immobilization, that's what we're doing to put a cast or a splint or some other device to promote healing and making sure that everything stays aligned. And with these codes, we need to look at the site, the region with the device. So looking at whether it's a splint, a cast, a brace, and the approach is always going to be external. When we repair lacerations or suture things, this is a repair. The root operation is essentially restoring, to the extent possible, a body part to its normal structure and function, right? So a lot of times when you see the term suturing a laceration, this is what they're talking about. If the repair is performed in an overlapping layer of the musculoskeletal system, the body part specifying the deepest layer is coded, and the repairs are coded according to the body part of the skin and its specific location. And the approach is going to be external in this case. And that's all I have for you. We'll see you online. Bye now.